reminder that there is a language option at the bottom. Please select the language you were asking. Unfortunately, there isn't a Dutch option, so we've had to go for French. So obviously, if you want to ask in Dutch, please select the French option. It will mean you get the right translation. We can start with Ben Ransom at Sky, please.
Lovely. Thanks, Alex. Hi, Kevin. I just wonder, the Balon d'Or shortlist has created a fair bit of discussion this week. Of course, you are on it, but I just wondered, who do you think the best player in the world is at the moment?
I think if I have to choose myself personally, I'm going to look at a 2-year period because obviously we didn't have anyone, and I would choose for Lewandowski for what he has done in the last 2 years, goal scoring wise, but obviously they won a lot with Bayern. So I think he would be my pick.
One of the topics that's been a big talking point around the club specifically over the last week has been squad rotation, which I guess it always is. You are more immune than most, I would say, in that you tend to play when you're fit. But can you understand the frustration of someone like Raheem when he's not starting as many games as he'd like to at this stage of his career?
Well, obviously rotations is important because obviously playing for competition and mostly going far in that it's a tough ask sometimes. But I understand the frustration because obviously I'm a player, and you have some players who need more rhythm to get into it, and maybe Raz is somebody who needs that more. I'm personally a player who needs that also. So sometimes it's tough to play one game not, one game, yeah. But obviously it's the manager that has to make choices, and it's very hard. We have a group of players, 22, 23 internationals who are unbelievable. So basically whoever you pick, you will be right a lot of the time. So whenever the team plays good, there's not a lot of things you can say as a player, but it can be frustrated. But I think we also try to help each other. So that's the only thing we can do as players to each other.
Simon Stone, BBC, please.
Hi, Kevin. How do you assess the state of Belgian football at the moment? It seems to go through a little bit of the doldrums, but it's coming back, and maybe Club Brugge have confounded people who thought they might not do very well in this group.
Well, I think Belgium has always been a competition who goes through talent, young players. I think I've come through that system. I've played with a team who brought a lot of young boys. I think Bruges are doing the same. Every time Belgium teams had success is through their young players and selling them and getting good players in return. Obviously, the competition money-wise is not that big, but I think it's important for Belgium teams, in my view, to do well in Europe, because that's where they get a chance to show themselves. And whenever they can sell players to other countries, they make money to put it back into the system. So I'm always rooting for Belgium teams to do well in Europe.
How is it you're at the very top of your game, but it does seem as though a lot of Belgian players go play all over Europe. How much better would it be if the Belgian clubs in the Belgian league could keep some of the players for a lot longer?
Well, it's hard, obviously. Well, if you play very well at a certain time in Belgium and you can go to a better league, earn more money, it's a simple question. Everybody would do it. And that's all due respect to Belgium. And they know that. That's why I think they invest in young players. And that's the way to get better. So it's a simple answer to that for me.
Stu Brennan, Amiens.
Hello, Kevin. Obviously, looking back at the Champions League final, it was bad for the whole club. What happened that night, but for you personally, it must hold some really dark memories. I'm just wondering how you reflect on that night now, and how difficult it has been sort of with that, and then what happened in the Euros, getting yourself back on track again this season.
Well, I don't remember a lot after the incident, so there's not a lot of memories. So is that talk? Maybe. It is what it is. I think we always try to maintain a high level at this club, and we always want to compete for titles. I think that's what we done last year. We did really well, winning 2 semis and a final. I think in these types of games you can lose. The other teams are very, very good, and that particular night we lost the game. So you move on. Obviously, coming back into the Euros, I was happy that I could come back so soon and did well. But then obviously the ankle injury happened, and it is what it is. There's nothing I could do. I got tackled and my ligament snapped. So there's nothing else. So I just had to try to get back in the best way as possible. And it took some time and it was a little bit painful, but I feel very well, much, much better now. So I'm very happy about that.
Thanks.
Ian Abrahams, TalkSport.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
It's sort of 2 questions in one, really. First of all, how special is it for you to face Bruges, go and play in Belgium tomorrow? And secondly, we always talk about Manchester City now. The Champions League is the holy grail for the manager. Is it the same for the players? You've won everything there is to win in England. For this group of players and their legacy, do you have to win the Champions League together?
Well, I'm excited to go back home. Obviously, it's been the first time to play at home except the national team since I've left, and that's about 10 years ago or something. So that's a long time. But obviously, I think people will always set the standard higher and higher. And I think because of what we've done in England for the last 5-6 years, people expect us to win the Champions League. And that's what we want to do. Doesn't say that we're going to win it, but we always try to compete for it. And I think in the last 6 years, we've been one time in the round of 16 and the other 5 times, I think we did quarterfinal or better. So we're always competing for it, but we've not managed to win it, but we're trying. So I think that's the only thing we can do. And hopefully in my period here, we'll get one. But does it define your legacy for players out, for people outside? Maybe yes. I think it depends. You look at the situation, and I'm very happy with what we've done as a club for the last 6 years. So I'm very happy with that.
Paul Hurst, The Times.
Hi, Kevin. Sorry to bring you back to the Champions League final again, but can you actually remember much of what happened that night? Was it, because it obviously was quite a strong kind of blow to your head?
I remember some chances. Well, there were not a lot, but I remember some chances in the first half and the goal. But after the collision, I don't remember a lot. I don't remember how I got into the hospital the night itself. I remember going back in the morning to the team hotel and like 10 a.m. in the morning still on my City kit on. That's what I remember. So for the rest, it is what it is. You know, it's sport. It happens, you know. It's not the best thing that ever happens, obviously, but, you know, you go on with it. It is what it is.
Jack, go on at the moment.
Hi, Kevin. You were talking about the morning after in the hotel. I think it was on the club's documentary that you'd met with the chairman that morning. Are you able to give us a little bit of insight on what was said between the two of you?
Well, he didn't say a lot. I think he spoke to the team maybe in the evening or in the morning. I have no idea. He just said that he was happy with what I've contributed to the team and how I played the year, and just like some positive words that we will be back, you know, that we will be fighting again to try and win this trophy. You know, obviously there was not a lot of people in a good mood, but I felt really strange at the time with everything that happened. And it was nice to hear that from the chairman, because obviously it was a big blow for everybody, but it was a quite a positive but short conversation.
I just ask you about yourself as well. You're talking about getting rhythm back. Do you feel like you've got your rhythm back now, or have you still got a little bit to go?
I feel much, much better. I think obviously there's still a little bit that can go up, but I think after the 3 months that I had with the ankle, but even since last year, I think the last 2 to 3 months, I didn't really train a lot. So I would say in the last 6 months, it's been up and down, playing, not really training. So to come back, I was in quite some pain with my ankle. So it was good that we took the time off after the Tottenham game. But I feel much better, and I feel myself getting stronger, and I know that the coaches are saying the same. So it's going well now.
Last question, English with Jim Conlon, please.
Hi, Kevin. Kevin, how wary are you of the threat of Noah Lang tomorrow for Club Brugge? He's been linked with an awful lot of top clubs like Liverpool, Arsenal, a recent Dutch international as well. He's been linked for big things. Is he going to be the main threat to you tomorrow night?
Well, I don't really know a lot about him personally. I think Bruges are going to be very strong as a team. You know, I know some other players who are really strong, and they play for the national team for years. So I know that the team won't take them lightly, but whoever plays against him will make sure that he's ready. And it's gonna be okay, hopefully.
Take any questions in Dutch. We'll start with Emily van den Langenberg.
Dus Geert Heremans, VRT Sportza. Kevin, goedemiddag.
Goedemiddag.
Kevin, kan je nog eens in Nederlands zeggen van hoe speciaal het is om op Club Brugge te komen spelen morgen?
Het is leuk. Het is lang geleden dat ik... het is eigenlijk de eerste keer sinds dat ik eigenlijk vertrokken ben van Genk om in België te mogen spelen. En natuurlijk, als ik met België speel, zijn de supporters altijd voor ons. Maar ik heb eigenlijk geen idee hoe dat de mensen gaan reageren. Maar ik moet daar komen om mijn job te doen. En dat is het eigenlijk.
Ik heb nog een tweede vraagje. Ben je eigenlijk verrast door de 4 punten die Club Brugge al heeft? En hoe staan jullie er tegenover? Wat denken jullie over Club Brugge?
Maar we wisten al dat Brugge sterk was, dat die goed als ploeg spelen, dat die veel kwaliteit hebben. Brugge heeft de laatste jaren ook getoond dat ze meermaals kampioen zijn geworden. Dus ze weten wat ze moeten doen om te winnen. Ik denk, een paar jaar geleden hebben ze in die groep met PSG en Madrid ook getoond dat ze veel kwaliteit hebben. En ik denk dat we nu ook al gewoon zijn met City, waar je ook speelt in de in de Champions League. Kwaliteit is er altijd. Je komt niet in de Champions League door geluk. Je hebt sowieso kwaliteit in de ploeg.
Go to Janko Beekman, please.
Dag Kevin, goedemiddag. Jan Breidel is voor u een stadionnaam met speciale herinneringen. Je hebt er uw eerste rode kaart ooit gekregen, maar ook uw eerste hat-trick gemaakt. Een heel indrukwekkende match. Wat weet je nog van die wedstrijden?
Die rode kaart, dat was geen rode kaart. Laten we eerlijk zijn. Die tweede gele was dramatisch. Die tweede match met die hat-trick, dat was een match op en neer. Ik denk, we komen voor, we komen achter en uiteindelijk winnen we die match. Dus 5-4 als ik me herinner. Dus dat was waarschijnlijk een heel emotionele match voor iedereen. En ik denk dat iedereen moe was. Maar natuurlijk was dat leuk om een hat-trick daar te scoren en die match te winnen. Dat was belangrijk.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you, guys.